mystery. Don't know much biology.
Okay, long division of polynomials. If we have a polynomial p of x, we have to first use the factor theorem to try and find a factor. So the factor theorem basically states that if p of a equals 0, then x take a is a factor. So we just have to find a number for x that when we substitute in, it will give us a result of 0. So we start with 1. So p of 1 equals 1 cubed plus 4 multiplied by 1 squared. Take 3 multiplied by 1, take 18. And if we do the calculation, we get 1 plus 4. Take 3, take 18, which very clearly does not equal 0. So we might try x equals 2. We get 2 cubed plus 4 multiplied by 2 squared. Take 3 multiplied by 2, take 18. 2 cubed is 8, plus 4 multiplied by 2 squared, which is 16. Take 6, take 18, and we get 24, take 24, which equals 0. So therefore, x take 2 is a factor. So we set up our long division now. We have our factor on the outside, have our division sign, and put our polynomial underneath. And when we're writing our polynomial, we make sure it's always in descending powers of x. And if a power of x is actually missing, we still have to include it, but just with a coefficient of 0. So we've set up our long division. We go through the process now. We say, what do we have to multiply x by to get to x cubed? And the answer is x squared. Then we say x squared multiplied by x gives me x cubed. X squared multiplied by negative 2 gives me negative 2x squared. Draw a line and now perform a subtraction. So 4x squared, take negative 2x squared. Two negatives make a positive, so we get 6x squared, and we bring down the next term. Go through the steps again. What do we multiply x by to get to 6x squared? Well, it's 6x. 6x multiplied by x gives me 6x squared. 6x multiplied by negative 2 gives me negative 12x. Draw a line and perform a subtraction. The 6x squareds cancel out. Negative 3x take negative 12x. Two negatives make a positive, so we get 9x. Bring down the next term. What do we have to multiply x by to get to 9x? It's positive 9. 9 times x is 9x. 9 multiplied by negative 2 is negative 18. Perform a subtraction and we get a remainder of 0. So therefore, we can now say that p of x is equal to x take 2 multiplied by x squared plus 6x plus 9. And we can factorise this further quite easily. What we're actually looking for are two factors of 9 that when we add or subtract will give us 6. So the answer is 3. Okay, so we've got a slightly harder example here, but we go through the same process. So we apply the factor theorem. So we choose some values of x. So let's start with x equals 1. We have 1 cubed. Take 12 multiplied by 1 plus 16. If we evaluate, we get 1 take 12 plus 16. Clearly that does not equal 0. So let's try 2. We substitute in x equals 2. We get 2 cubed. Take 12 times 2 plus 16. We evaluate, we get 8. Take 24 plus 16. And this equals 0. So we can say, therefore, x take 2 is a factor. Now we set up our long division with our factor on the outside, our division sign, and our polynomial underneath. But we have to be careful here, because we have to write our polynomials in descending powers of x. And what you'll notice with p of x in this case is that we're missing the x squared term. We still have to include it, just with a 0 coefficient this time. So we add 0 multiplied by x squared, take 12x, plus 16. And then we go through the steps. So we say, what do we have to multiply x by to get to x cubed? That would be x squared. X squared multiplied by x gives us x cubed. X squared multiplied by negative 2 gives us negative 2x squared. Draw a line, perform a subtraction. The x cubes cancel. 0x squared take negative 2x squared gives me positive 2x squared. Bring down the next term and repeat the steps. What do I have to multiply x by to get to 2x squared? That would be 2x. 2x multiplied by x is 2x squared. 2x multiplied by negative 2 is negative 4x. Draw a line, perform a subtraction. We have negative 12x take negative 4x. Two negatives here make it positive, so we get negative 8x. Bring down the next term. What do we have to multiply x by to get to negative 8x? That would be negative 8. Negative 8 times x is negative 8x. Negative 8 times negative 2 is positive 16. Perform a subtraction, we get a remainder of 0. So therefore we can state that p of x now becomes x take 2 multiplied by x squared plus 2x take 8. And we can factorise this further. X take 2, put in a couple of brackets, 2x terms, looking for two factors of 8. When we add or when we multiply them together, we'll get, so what, 4 and 2 are probably good ones, and we just got to be careful of our signs here because we have to end up with positive 2x. So I would be saying that this would be positive and this would be take here. Now if we wanted to take this one step further and solve for x, so if we think about the graphs of these, they would be the x-intercepts. We would just let p of x equal 0 and apply the null factor law. And so then we could clearly state that x equals 2, negative 4, and